All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Don Vase. How's everybody doing today? Today is Tuesday. So now we have a full day into the week in. You got that camera a little centered. There we go. Oh, did I lock in the camera? I did. All right, camera unlocked. See, it's so easy in the daylight, right? So now camera's unlocked. Yep, real background. Everyone's been asking me. I've been doing a bunch of interviews. I was like, "Oh, nice green screen." I'm like, "Nope, nope, nope. This is real." All right, audio's good, beautiful. Okay, let's go to the charts. Nice and windy. It's a little chilly today. Wearing the buy the dip shirt. Okay, here we go. Weekly chart. What's today's date? 16th. Okay, so we're halfway through the month. All right, the weekly candle is not looking all that hot, but it is not troublesome yet. I haven't been grilling, guys. I haven't been grilling because I haven't had too many people over. It's just some family members. But this Saturday, I was gonna go rafting with some friends. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but I definitely have some friends coming up here. I don't know. I gotta tell people. I mean, I know a lot of people still in New York City. Yeah, if people want to come up here for a barbecue on Saturday, that'd be cool. I'll grill. I'll smoke ribs all day. I'll start at 8, 9 a.m. and smoke ribs till 4 in the afternoon, and then we eat a bunch of ribs. The plan was to go rafting, but if I go rafting, then I can't smoke the meat. I would just have to straight up grill, which is fine. I'm getting super good at grilling ribeyes. If you saw my Instagram stories, oh man, those came out beautiful. Yeah, we'll see. So I might be grilling this Saturday. Ah, no, the miner's done. It's been so long. I don't even know where that miner is anymore. Hearing stuff. Okay. So weekly chart. The candle is concerning, but not overly concerning. It's not concerning enough to cut bullish positions. We still have room on the MRI. We're fully above the 200-week moving average. The oscillators are not scary. We're back in a buy zone on the RSI. We're in the buy zone on the MACD. The CMF is a little bit ugly, but that's okay. We got, 2 out of 3 are in decent shape. We do have a very quickly declining, I believe that's the 20 period weekly moving average, and it is. That's declining fairly quickly, but I think we can touch it. I would love to touch it next week before it gets, into this death cross situation. So we'll see. Our allocation chart. The allocation chart is also a little bit troublesome. We still have 6 hours to go. It's not going to end very nicely. But if next candle, gets us below this blue line, this is the line of concern. There's a blue line here at $23,500. As long as we're not closing any 4-day candles below $23,500, it's not really all that much to be concerned about. Before I go on with the daily chart, I have to bring my website back. Here it is. This is the Financial Summit website. We are only 2.5 months away from the Bali event. After this Bali event, there will be a full year break from between the financial summits. So the next financial summit will be in November of 2023. I need a break. This bear market has not been kind financially, and paying, hundreds of thousands of dollars in to reserve these venues is not possible at the moment this year. So that's why we're gonna wait a little bit, and there will be a full year off from the next financial summit. Because people love to sign up last minute. Had people signed up for Dominican Republic early, we would have been able to, go into contract with some other hotels. But unfortunately, everyone signs up last minute. And because of that, there's going to be a full year delay between financial summits. In a perfect world, we're doing 2 to 3 of these a year, but there will be a full year wait after this one. You can check us out on YouTube. I'm going to start moving all my educational content over to this channel. You may want to subscribe now, because one of these days, all my finance is going to be done here, and my personal channel becomes my personal channel. It's shadow banned anyway, so it's okay. And you can follow us on Instagram. Finally broke 1,000 followers. You can also follow us on Twitter, where I'm going to start doing spaces about finance, trading, and investing as the Financial Summit Twitter handle. I am going to rebrand a little bit. I know I have my check mark and a lot of followers, but if this brand doesn't have a big following, then it's going to be hard for financial summits to succeed. All right, daily chart. The daily chart has broken this trend line. I don't think it's possible for me to fudge this trend line in any other way. So we really need Bitcoin price to recover very quickly. This was a great breakout line. We didn't get as far above it as I would have liked. Bitcoin starts becoming concerning under $23,000. So under $23,000, it's becoming super concerning. But right now, we can still recover either later today or tomorrow. I don't have a lot of confidence that we will recover today, but we need to recover this trend line very soon. Because if we don't recover this trend line, I'm going to start to get concerned that we're approaching 23,000. And if we fall below 23,000, then very bad things start to happen. And I'm really hoping to avoid that. Short-term chart, it looks bad. It looks bad. Obviously, GBEC discount is not going to budge when Bitcoin is struggling. Oil is still pulling back. This week is very critical. If this week does not recover, then this MRI buy opportunity basically disappears. This is the ultimate level of support. This is the prior swing high. I still expect oil to find a low right here, right now, and start trending to the upside. If it doesn't, then the top for oil is in. I will then be looking for more downside. But this was my ultimate support. This line has been there forever. This line has been there forever. I still think oil is going to find a low here and start to go back up. There is an MRI buy. There is a prior swing high. This is my perfect support zone. What breaks this support zone is next week's candle, which is going to be a continuation of the downtrend. And after an MRI buy, and now I'm looking for the extensions, ABC, plus the break of the prior swing high. This is a very bearish situation if oil gets down to below $82.50. Man, being like attacked by bugs, spiders, ants, everything. It really amazes me. You have all of these, what is that sound? Oh, there's a woodpecker. You guys want to see a woodpecker? Hold on. Oh man, just went away. No, there he is. But he's now on the other side of the tree. Shit. If he comes back to my side of the tree, I'll zoom in on him. There he is. He's coming back. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. We're gonna zoom in all the way. And we're gonna move the camera up. Oh wait, I gotta lock the camera in. He's on that skinny tree. You see him on the side of the tree. Can you see him? He should be right in the middle of the camera. If it's in 1080, you might be able to see him. He's on that middle tree. See 3 trees in the camera. He's on that middle one. But he's on the back of the tree. That sucks. He was in the front of the tree. Oh, and he's going higher too. They don't like stand in one place. They just like peck away and for like 10 seconds, then they move to another part of a tree. Anyway, enough nature. So here's the thing. Nature is dangerous as hell. It is horrible. This is why we live in cities. And this is why we, even in Australia, that has every deadly virus creature known to man, you don't see these creatures in cities. And you have these crazy environmentalists that have never actually been out in nature. They've never actually spent a week in a tent in the middle of the woods to know how dangerous nature is. You have these crazy people living in the middle of New York City, in the middle of London, that have never even, seen a snake in person. And these are the people that are telling you that you are killing the environment and you need to get back to nature, right? Like if a person lives in a moderate concrete city and they tell you a bunch of stuff about nature and how you need to, give back to the climate, you know what to tell them, right? Because I'm actually out in nature, right? And I know how annoying nature can be. So, and most people don't. And the biggest like keyboard warriors on climate change are the ones that know nothing about nature. Yeah, those are the same idiots that go and try to pet a buffalo. That's correct. It's exactly correct. All right, let's get back to the charts. Now, I used to do a lot of camping and hiking when I was a geologist. And you really learn what nature is. I actually ran into a wolf once. That was interesting. They're not that big. They're not as big as you see in the movies. Like in the movies, they make wolves, like seem gigantic, but in reality, they're not that big. Like, well, at least some of them. Like, not every species. Like, not all wolves are the same. But in case anyone's wondering where that was up by Yellowstone, the national park Yellowstone, not Montana. I think the show is in. Is it in Montana? I started watching the show Yellowstone. I'm actually very frustrated with it. I'm not happy. It could have definitely done. It could have definitely been better. As a geologist, what's your take on flat Earth? About the same as my take on Hex. Gold, no comment. stock market. This is super important. Look, the stock market is rising again, and yet Bitcoin is trending down. That's weird. I'm really liking the stock market move. I've been on the money. I've been right about the stock market all along. Look at this green arrow, and this green arrow, and now this green arrow. And guess what? As we approach this blue line, there's going to be another green arrow. Once we break that line, there's going to be another green arrow. I remain bullish on the stock market, guys. I think the stock market will go to a new all-time high sooner than later. Possibly even this year. Like, I would not be surprised if the stock market is at an all-time high going into the November election, because the Democrats really need the stock market to be at an all-time high in order to push that into the polls of the election. Yeah, I'm not happy with the Yellowstone series. Really not. Have I seen Shutter Island? No, I have not. Yeah, I agree. I think the Yellowstone show is way overrated. We can still have a recession and a rising stock market. I mean, that's because the stock market could be rising for other things. I mean, people definitely feel poorer. The rich will keep getting richer with the stock market. That's not going to change. There's capital flight from Europe that can raise the stock market. There is stocks can go up due to inflation itself. Stocks can go up because there's a rotation out of other assets, like government bonds. I think government bonds are a very dangerous asset. So there's reasons for stocks to go up in a recession. I don't see them as, being completely mutual, like inverse of each other. Like, stocks can't go up in a recession. I don't believe that to be true. I think stocks can go up in a recession, and because it has, and if it has never happened, it's more likely to happen. I think this weekly chart of the stock market is amazing. Look how fast we've rebounded. Stock market is up 17.5%. Now it's at a very critical point right now. I mean, if the stock market can break the prior swing high of 4,500, I think we're going to go to the top of that range. It's also possible we make one more dip this year, but I don't see how the Democrats are going to allow a dip in the stock market going into the November elections. It's possible that the stock market, can't be controlled to the degree that the government thinks they can control it. So it is possible that we go way down, but the more likely scenario is the government props up the stock market into the election. And after the election, is it possible that it crashes in 2023? Again, it's possible, but I'm going to stay bullish. If the market is rallying into the election, it's going to stay bullish, because if the Democrats win the elections, and by win I mean the Democrats retain the House of Representatives, so they can lose some seats, but not enough seats to flip the House. And they do not lose the Senate, which means either the Senate stays 50-50, or Democrats pick up a Senate seat, and now the Senate is Democrat, because I think the president is not going to be the president, but it'll still be a Democratic executive branch, no matter what. I heard a very interesting view the other day. The Democrats, it's a very interesting view. I didn't even consider this view, in that everyone knows that Kamala Harris is not qualified to be president. I mean, that's grossly obvious. So before Biden can step down, Kamala Harris needs to be replaced. How do you replace Kamala Harris? Well, they could potentially make, she is a lawyer. I mean, God knows how many people she imprisoned for life over small drug offenses in California, but she is a lawyer. So they could make her like the attorney general or something. Like she will, go into a different role. And now the vice president role needs to be replaced. And the most interesting statement that I heard, and ironically, it was on a Russian-speaking political YouTube channel. It's a really good YouTube channel if you speak Russian. It's I was a guest on that show recently, but we were talking about Bitcoin on that show. It's the detective guy from Florida. Where's his channel? His name is Dudnik, but it's like in Russian. That's why I'm trying to find it. Oh, also shout out to my friend Little John. He's attended all my events. He's got a YouTube channel, The G Perspective. Only has 59 subs. Makes these short, cool videos. He's probably watching the show now. Shout out Little John. Thanks for coming to Unconfiscatable again. Thanks for giving me that ride from, I think, Santa Monica down to LA or something. Yeah, we had a nice long car ride. Where's that channel? His name is Dudnik. Let me see if it'll show up. Yeah, that's the one. That's the channel, right? So it is a Russian-speaking channel. It's in Russian. It is. He's in Costa Rica and Florida. I was on this show not that long ago. I mean, you can watch it with subtitles. I was on there somewhere. There I am from the woods 3 weeks ago. And one of his guests said that, and I haven't heard this anywhere else, but again, I haven't been paying attention to politics, is that if Kamala Harris gets moved to another role, a role like Attorney General or something, then they would bring in the governor of California. What's his name? Again, it's another horrible choice, right? But better than Kamala, I think, most likely. What the hell is his name? What's the governor of California? The one that should have been recalled. But that guy. The governor of California. Oh man, I forgot his name. Anyway, so had to sneeze. So if they bring in the governor, Gavin, no, not Andreessen, Newsom, Gavin Newsom, close. Gavin Andreessen is the is the VC guy from California. Close though. Gavin Andreessen will probably be a better choice for vice president than Gavin Newsom. But yeah, so they would bring in Newsom to be the vice president to replace Kamala, and then Joe Biden would step down, giving Newsom a chance to be president for a year or two, and then run for re-election against whoever. That is a very interesting political theory, which probably makes total sense for the Democrats. They're going to bring in, I mean, I know Newsom is not really liked, but he is a governor of like the biggest state, and they all love it, because the other option is if Kamala steps down and then Biden steps down, then Pelosi is your president. And that's not a good choice for the Democrats because Pelosi is super old and she's not going to be able to run for re-election. So the Democrats choosing a young Democrat that isn't, a total communist like, AOC or, the other crazies, makes total sense for the Democrats. So that would be an interesting case. Now bringing that back to the stock market, right? If that happens, if the Democrats, find a way to remove both Kamala and Biden and replace them, with someone of, you may disagree with their views, but at least they're a little more normal and independent, a little bit more. That changes the game and it could create confidence in the system. So I don't think they're going to let the stock market fall. Now, granted, the stock market could still fall. No one has full control of the stock market. But I am kind of bullish here on the stock market. All right, well, that's my geopolitics take for the day. Looking at your live chat, guys. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram while I see if there's any good questions. I'll take. Oh yeah, somebody wanted me to look at RIG the other day. Let's take a look at RIG. I was looking at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar isn't really going anywhere. Let's take a look at the Russian ruble. We're keeping an eye on that. I think the Russian ruble is about to appreciate against the dollar. Germany and other crazy European countries really need to resolve their stupidity over energy because winter is coming and winter is not going to be kind to Germany this year. I mean, I agree, Newsom is a communist, but he's not as communist as AOC. What happened to super chats? Did they take those away? No, I think I still have super chats. No one wants to pay. We're in a bear market. RIG. Let's look at RIG. RIG is consolidating. I'm not crazy about this chart. Monthly chart, not interesting. Also not interesting. Oh, you know what? I haven't shown this website in forever. TradingMRI.com, guys. Is my login detail still in here? Yeah. TradingMRI.com. I gotta use this more often. We can look at RIG on this here website. There's RIG. So what do we see? We see it's bearish on the daily, it's bullish on the weekly, and it's bearish on the monthly. So it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not really giving us anything all that great to cling to. I like looking at stocks like this. You see it's bullish, bullish, and bullish across all time frames, but we don't know which counts they are on. So we go and take a look at something like this. Hey, thank you, Winston Alexander. Gavin Newsom is related to Nancy Pelosi by marriage to one of her nieces and nephews. Wow, that's even more of a reason to make him president. Pelosi will get full immunity for all her financial crimes. So here's a very nice looking chart, right? I mean, this is the daily look. You may think that you're late to this mess. We are coming, or we consolidated after an MRI sell on the daily. How does it look on the weekly? On the weekly, it looks a little bit toppy. It has gone up quite a bit since July, but it's still looking pretty good. It's approaching its all-time high, probably. And what about the monthly? Wow, look at the consolidation on a monthly. I mean, like, it's only on a 2, and it's been consolidating. This is a nice. Well, what company is this? ADI. What does ADI do? What's the name of the company? Analog Devices. Well, analog is going to be useful again, right? Depends how badly these wars are going to go between countries. Nukes start flying. We're definitely going back to analog. I like a stock like this would interest me very much for a nice bullish trade into the end of the year. This stock has also, like, look, it's got nothing but up. It had very limited fall during COVID. It survived COVID pretty well. It survived the current downturn pretty well, and it's about to break out. Look at the last time it consolidated for a year and then broke out. It went from about 115 all the way to 173 for a stock. That's pretty good. Whatever this company is doing, they're doing it very well. So it looks pretty cool. So this is how I would use this website and this service to find potential trading opportunities or exits. Like, this looks like a potential exit out of a stock. This looks like another one. Let's look at this. Oh, that is analog. Sorry, there was another company. I saw another one here somewhere. Here's one more. What do we got? See, this one has gone up a lot on a daily scale. That's a big move on a daily. The weekly looks good, and it has some room to the upside. And what about the monthly? The monthly looks really good too. But remember, this had a second consecutive MRI top, had a big pullback, and now it's approaching it again. Again, another stock that could perform fairly well. Here's something that's bearish across the board. Let's look at that. See, the problem with these stocks is that this is already super cheap. It's already $1.40. I'm going straight to the monthly chart. Wow. What is this? Arrival ordinary shares. Interesting. I don't know what this is, but it's gone from $27 down to $1. This is where I would do some fundamental analysis. I would look into this company. It looks like it was probably a spec. I don't know what this is. Could be an outright scam company. I don't know. But it had an MRI top. If this is a company that has a real, revenue stream and has some intellectual property, this could be a good pickup, in case someone buys them out. But if there's lots of questions around this company, then I wouldn't touch it. I mean, you can't go short. It's already too cheap, right? You don't short stocks under 20 bucks. If you're going to short a stock, it needs to be over $20. Way more bullish options, though. Here's another bearish option, $3. Again, I wouldn't short this. Beautiful buying opportunity. This is a really good tool, guys. If you are trading with the MRI, this is a really great tool. And we're only on the A's, right? Now we're going into the B's. Here's a biotech company that's on a daily MRI top. but it's weak. It's very strong on a weekly, and it's very strong on a monthly. Look at the monthly coming off an MRI buy. So I wouldn't really short this thing off the daily MRI top. I would just wait for a breakout and probably go long again. You can also set, favorites, and then they go right into your bucket. Like this is my bucket. We can look at DraftKings. I remember looking at, oh, look at that, DraftKings has recovered. I've talked a lot about DraftKings recovering. Look at that. Look at that. How many of you took the DraftKings trade? We discussed it on this channel. I forgot all about it. But I remember like saying DraftKings can't keep going down. They're a real company. They have real revenue. Yeah, they have some competition, but what a beautiful monthly MRI buy. I mean, you can't time it any better. Doji candle touches the MRI support line on the low, comes in on the month of the MRI. We're about the weekly scale. The weekly scale didn't give you any perfect buys, but that's a gorgeous candle. Yeah, the weekly wasn't as good, but the higher the time frame, the more important the signal. And we're about the daily. Did the daily give us a beautiful buying opportunity? Probably on May 10th, right? Was that when was it in May? Yep, May 10th, right there. What a beautiful candle on the daily scale. Beautiful daily candle right there. On extension B. And I would be bullish right now. This is bullish, right? And football season is going to start soon. Baseball playoffs are coming. Football season is going to come. Looks like DraftKings have, man, that would have been the trade. You don't have to trade shit coins to find awesome trading opportunities. Man, if you understand options trading, man, you could have raked it in right here. I mean, this thing went from what, $9 and it's already at 20. It's already at 20. This week alone. Look at this. All right, these are my favorites. I'm not sure why Luna is in my favorites. Why is it in my favorites? Well, nice to see it be bearish across the board. Oh, MRI buy. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. All right, I'm removing this nonsense from my favorites. That's insane. Bitcoin, of course, DraftKings, the euro dollar pair, gold, Tilray. I gotta add more stocks into my favorites here. So this is, oh, look at Tilray. Wow, Tilray is looking beautiful right now. The daily chart of Tilray, I really thought like Tilray looked horrible, but it looks like it's looking great. It's about to break the MRI resistance line. Satoshi Corner, that's a great question. I really want to do that. Like, if I stop with all this conference stuff and I stop doing Bitcoin evangelism and I just dropped a phone on anyone that wants me to talk about and explain Bitcoin ever again, I would start my own. Like I would start my own portfolio. I would love for someone that trades MRI and only trades the MRI and uses this page religiously to keep a track record on their MRI success. And I would love to bring that person onto the show once a week and we can discuss, their best trades of the week, their worst trades of the week, things like that. I'd love to do that, but I just don't have the time nor capacity to manage that right now. Oh, I see Mechanic is on. Did Mechanic get banned on Twitter? That sucks. Did you get banned on Twitter? Horrible. Sorry, man. JMIA. Yeah, we'll look at JMIA. So the daily chart of Tilray here looks beautiful. And the weekly is bullish too. Look at that. The weekly looks great on Tilray. Tilray is finally starting to go up. I mean, I've been anticipating Tilray to rise. We had this beautiful combination of weekly and daily and monthly. I think it happened right here. I think it happened back in January, but it didn't reverse the market. Yeah, right there, January, that was a weekly, and there was a daily as well. But if we go to the daily chart, it's not going to take me back to January, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, I mean, look, we had an MRI sell, and now we're breaking out again. And the monthly charts should flip. Next month, the monthly is going to go to neutral. So I'm back on being bullish today. Let's look at JMIA. Another one of these stocks that, oh, wow, look at that. I'm going to go to the monthly chart. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it recently. Look at that, it bounced right off the MRI support line. It had a beautiful buying opportunity here. I really thought this monthly would have recovered it. Would have been nice to have another month of downside, and then we would have gotten the MRI. So if this month would have been a down month or a flat month, we would have gotten that MRI buy on a monthly. It would have been perfect. What about the weekly? The weekly almost made it as well. You know, like a few more weeks of downside, and it would have been a perfect timing mechanism. So I would not have gotten an alert on this. I would not have been able to time it. Look, the MRI did not help you with this stock. It did not help you at all, but it looks great. It looks like this stock. I mean, I am high on this company. It's a real company. It's like the Amazon of Africa, and I don't see why it can't go to a new high. I just don't see why. Anyway, check out the trading MRI service. It is not done by me. I am not responsible for this, but I do support the people that built it. So you can try it for free for like a few weeks or a month, and then does have a monthly subscription model. And I plan to use this when I eventually, settle down in one place and start trading again. I will be, setting up alerts. It'll text you, it'll telegram you your portfolio. So it's a useful tool. If I used it more, I would provide feedback on how to make it better. But you can probably do that. You start using it, recommend additions, recommend suggestions, recommend how to make it better. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. We'll glance at the price of Bitcoin one more time. I'm not too thrilled right now, but I think I'm still bullish. I'm not walking away from my position. Please follow the Financial Summit on all of our social media. You can find it all at the bottom of the page there, right there. Our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, should put LinkedIn and Facebook there as well. And follow the YouTube channel, follow the Instagram channel, follow our Twitter as well. We'll be doing a lot more. I'll be doing a lot more posts there, as my channel, as my personal brand will eventually transition to be more politics and stuff. The wolves that they introduced to Yellowstone are not huge. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one, and hopefully in Bali. I can't wait to go. I haven't been to Bali in 3 years. It would have been 3 years since I've been to Bali. I would also go to Thailand after that, and it's going to be awesome. All right, November 1 to 6. Hopefully, I'll see a bunch of you in Bali. Bye, guys.